Everybody, my name is Oleg and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are at one of our projects, and with this video what I want to do is show you how to install laminate flooring. So step one is always for any floor covering, you first have to prepare your workspace. So that means vacuuming your floors or sweeping up so there's no debris on the floors. So that way when you put your floors in, it's nice and straight. So what you really need to use for installing some laminate flooring. So you need some staples with a staple gun, you need a speed square, some safety glasses, some knee pads, and these tools are the stuff you use to click in your laminate flooring. So this particular one works really great, it has a little lip. So that's what you need to make your installation a little bit easier. We're going to talk about the different underlayment options you could use. For the purpose of this video, I went to Home Depot and I purchased 4 different kind of underlayments that you could use for your laminate floor installation. So the first one we're going to talk about is this guy here. This guy is in the more expensive route you want to take, and this is a sound protection and moisture barrier. So this one you could use on your second floor. I mean, for the money that you spend, it'd probably be smart to use it on a second floor so you don't hear this sound to the first floor. But we're not going to be using this, and I've actually never used this one, so I don't even know how well it performs for the sound. Then we get into this one, and we used to use a lot of this. We used to use a lot of this underlayment, and what this is just a foam backing. And then I learned something about underlayments, and I'm going to share it with you. So technically it doesn't matter what you use for underlayment as long as it acts like a moisture protected. So for this particular installation, and what I started using later on, is just regular felt paper. And you can buy a roll of felt paper that covers about 400 square feet for $19, $19.99 at Home Depot or Lowe's. And it works just the same as any moisture barrier you need for laminate flooring. So this one is the one we're going to be using today, but I want to talk about a different option, which is this, and it's just a silicone vapor barrier, and it covers 200 square feet. This one is if you are on a budget, you can buy this, and then there's a different one. I didn't see it at Home Depot today. Other than that, I would have showed you guys what it is, but all it is it looks about the same, it's about the same size, and all it is just paper. So when you unroll it, it's just a roll of paper. It's just like using your painter's paper. You could use that for your laminate flooring. So it doesn't really matter what it is, just as long as there's something on the bottom of your laminate flooring to protect it from moisture. So that's about all I can say about different underlayments, and it's up to you which one you want to use. I mean, you can use the most expensive ones. They're about $70 in Home Depot. You can actually buy specialty ones. It just depends on what your purpose of that underlayment is. For our purpose, all we need is a moisture barrier. So now you know what kind of tools you need and the different kind of vapor barriers you can use. And the number one step is to always prep your surface. So now let's get to using our underlayment and how to install it. So after you get your underlayment in, that's when you start getting ready to install laminate flooring. What I like to do is I like to bring in some laminate flooring to the place where we're going to be installing it, and I like to open the boxes so that way we can grab as we need to, and the box doesn't get into the way of grabbing your laminate flooring out. So you can open the boxes by either tearing it apart, or you could just use a knife and put it in one of the open areas where the plastic is, and just slice that plastic down. Once you get that, the box just opens up and you can remove the laminate flooring. The laminate flooring has 2 sides to it. One is the one that goes towards the wall when you begin, and then after that it will go to connect to the next pieces. This is a click-in laminate flooring. So the 2 sides, one has like a little lip, And on the other side where that lip goes in, it'll have a groove channel. So you want to make sure to start your flooring this towards the wall to make life a little bit easier for you. You can't technically install them backwards, it's just a lot harder. So skip all that and install it this way with the lip sticking out and the groove on the back side. So to begin installing laminate flooring, like I said, the groove side goes on the back side to make installation easier. What you'll need to do is you'll need to grab a couple of these pieces, stick them towards the wall and connect them. So we almost got the first row in here. It's just 2 laminate pieces. The dining room is not that big, but you could either use a tape measure to mark your line here to know what size to cut your laminate flooring to, or the way I do it is I don't like to use the measuring tape. What I do is I flip the laminate flooring to match the back side here, and this is the back side. So if you flip your laminate flooring the other way, all you gotta do is mark it where that flooring meets this flooring, and we need about a 1/4 inch of a gap. So if you just mark a line there, and then you get your speed square, and you mark a line. There's different ways you can cut the laminate flooring. For this purpose, I'm going to use a regular skill saw. So on your first row that we had, what I did is I cut the laminate piece in 2. Now this will be the end piece, so it will be the beginner on the other side now. And this is the piece that we measured to cut to fit into the other side over here. So once you get your first row in, the second row, you got 2 things you gotta do now. So the first step is you gotta get that pointed edge into the grooved one. And once you put it in, it's really easy. You don't really need any tools to get any further. All you gotta do is wiggle it in, and you'll feel it start dropping on you. So that's when you know it's completely in. Then all I gotta do is use a rubber hammer and continue from there. When you get to about 2 to 3 rows, I don't like to do it on the first row because it kind of throws it off, but when you get at least the second or third row, you have to make sure that there's going to be a 1/4 inch gap right over here against the wall, so that way when the floor expands and contracts, it doesn't make bubbles in your floor. You could create that gap using a couple different methods. The first method is they actually sell these little tabs right here. You can see at your Home Depot or Lowe's, and that's about a 1/4 inch, and so you just stick them around on all the areas of where your wall and laminate flooring meet to ensure that 1/4 gap. You could use many different things to go in to create that gap. Like you can use a shim. This is about a 1/4 inch just as well, and it works about the same as using one of those tabs that I showed you. So once you get those tabs in, and we have a shim at the end over there, once you get those tabs in to create that 1/4 inch gap around your wall and laminate meeting, then you're off to the races to get all your flooring done. And it's pretty simple. Just click in and go and continue going. So there you have it, guys. That's the basic way of installing laminate flooring. Let's run down through the basic steps again. So number 1 is prepare your space. That means sweep or vacuum. Number 2 is pick a underlayment that works for you. For us, felt paper works just as good as anything else to create that moisture barrier. Number 3 is start installing your laminate flooring. Once you get 2 or 3 rows in, you have to move that laminate flooring away from the wall and put in something to keep a 1/4 inch gap along all the walls, so that way when the laminate flooring expands and contracts, it doesn't create any issues. After that, you're off to the races. It's pretty simple and straightforward from there. So the tools you need to do to have to install laminate flooring is just your basic rubber knee pads or any kind of knee pads, safety glasses for cutting, and then for cutting you can use many different ways to cut. The most inexpensive and fastest way and the smallest tool you can bring is a skill saw, and all you gotta do is cut it. So then you need a marker and you need a speed square to get your line straight. If you don't have a speed square, don't worry, you can use another piece of laminate flooring, or you can use any piece of straight edge to mark that line, or you can just mark 2 lines and use a table saw or a chop saw or whatever you want to use. So it's pretty simple with that. You need a rubber hammer to hit in the butt joints, and you can use different tools. So that's the basic of installing laminate flooring. It's pretty simple and straightforward. If you're a do-it-yourself type of person, I think this video gives you enough information to get started on your laminate flooring project. If you have any questions or you'd not like to know more about it, how to get further in, because there are more steps into install laminate flooring, just let me know. We'll make a video about that, and that's pretty much the basics of it. So thank you everybody for watching this video. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and to see more content, and turn on that notifications bell on the bottom there, and to see when we post more videos. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. If you'd like to see other videos and you don't see them in our YouTube channel, we're pretty new, so just comment down below what you'd like to see of getting installed, and we'll do a video about that. We do lots of different things in construction, so if I personally don't do it, we will find somebody and do a how-to video for you guys to know. So thank you very much everybody. Like and comment down below, and subscribe if you like this channel. Thank you very much everybody. Have a safe and wonderful day.